What's going on, Vault Dwellers? This is Top Ranking Noob, and I'm back at it again with another helpful video for Fallout 76. And hey, if you guys want to check out some really cool Fallout 76 gear, make sure you head on over to U4GM. I'm going to be putting a link down in the description, along with a coupon code that's going to save you 5%. Now today is, what is it? It's December 19th. We finally had another patch. So a lot of people are wondering, well, what kind of exploits are still working, what aren't? I don't really deal too much with exploits specifically, but you guys typically know that I deal specifically with cap stashes. And although there's no patch notes that I've seen that mentioned that the cap stashes were going to be affected by this patch, I figured we'd check this out and just take a quick peek. Now, you guys have already seen these runs, so the purpose of this video isn't really to show you the specific locations of where all these cap stashes are. If you haven't seen the runs, I'm going to put links down in the description of each of my videos. But right now, for the locations that I have that are working for this cap stash run are going to be the Nuka-Cola Factory, the Poseidon Energy Plant, and then, of course, I have the Riverside Run. I'll put all of those in the link of the description. But for the rest of you that have already seen this, the entire purpose of this video is, one, to just check out and make sure that the cap stash runs are still, in fact, working. Blah, blah, blah. That's being said, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm actually starting here at the Nuka-Cola Factory, and one important thing to note is that I'm on the PC. All right, so that was a big deal last time we did a after patch video. I play with an Xbox controller because I'm a bit of a lazy bastard that doesn't want to play with a keyboard and mouse. So we're here at the Nuka-Cola Factory. There's no cap stash in the first location, so that doesn't mean anything. It could just mean that it hasn't spawned yet. But I figured while I'm showing you this video, we can talk a little bit about maximizing your cap profits, of course, because that's usually why you guys are watching these videos. And the reason why I bring this up is I have the privilege of running into several of you guys throughout the game, if you're on PC at any rate. And after chatting, I realized that some of you guys were not. There we go. Here's a cap stash. Some of you guys really weren't maximizing or capitalizing on the full value of these runs. And it could have just been who I ran into, of course. But a lot of people are actually just coming to a single location, doing, for example, the Nuka-Cola plant, because I know that's very popular. Doing the Nuka-Cola plant run, and then logging out and logging back in to do this. And although that works, you really end up with quite a bit of load screen time. And you're really you're not getting as many caps as you could for your time. What I personally do, the way I like to run this, is to actually go to each of these locations on a single server. So I'll come to the Nuka-Cola plant, then I'll go to the Poseidon Energy Plant, and then I'll do the Riverside Run. After which point, I'll log out and log back into the server, and then do the whole thing in reverse. And, you know, that just seems to maximize my cap profit, personally, for a couple of reasons. It reduces the amount of load screens that you're going to get, and of course, we got a load screen here. Those are still going to happen. But I'm talking about when you first log into the game, it can take 2-3 minutes plus, depending on the power of your computer. Or if you're on a console, it'll take forever to log into the game. And that's just more time spent on the grind. And let's face it, grinding is definitely not the best way to spend time. Now, aside from that, aside from going to each and every single location, you can still capitalize on the amount of money that you get with these grinds simply by picking up ammo. Sorry, got distracted by all of these low-level ghouls whacking at me. Simply by picking up ammo. And the reason why I say that is I think we all have our favorite guns that we use, right? In this case, I go through a lot of 45 because I just love this old Western-style lever-action rifle. So I go through a lot of 45. But I'm constantly getting other rounds that I'm not using. 10 millimeters. I'm getting like the 0.5 millimeters, the 50 cal millimeters. I'm saying, just plenty of ammo that I run across that I never use. But there's other players out there that are using this. By now, you might realize you can't sell ammo to vendors because, I mean, la-di freaking da. So I got all of the cap stashes at Nuka-Cola. Now I'm going over to the Poseidon energy plant. Naturally, we're not going to know if this is still working until we do a server hop. But it's probably still working just based off of the patch notes. So anyways, to maximize your profit, pick up all this ammo. And the reason why I say that is many of you guys probably have already heard of Market 76. If you're a noob kind of like me, well then maybe you haven't heard about it. Basically, Market 76 provides all the in-game trades that were lacking because Bethesda just couldn't be bothered for building an in-game system. Market 76 has a presence on Reddit, and they're also on Discord as well. So if you haven't been using Market 76, you really need to start using it because that's the best way to really make money. These cap stash runs are great for you solo players or you low-level players who are just trying to get a head start in the game. But what really is going to make you lots of money in the long term is trade. If you played Fallout 76 for 2 or 3 minutes, you've probably realized that there's not a very good in-game trading system. We can't go into these silos because the energy plant is active. So Market 76, and that's not the only place. I know like there's other Discords out there that also deal in trading. Anyways, my point being is that people are constantly looking for ammo. And man, I can't shoot and talk at the same time. That's a lie. I can't shoot at all. Maybe I just need to switch to the shotgun. For those with bad aim. So a lot of high-level players don't really want to bother farming for the ammo that they need. So they'll go onto the Discord, whether it's Market 76 or if you get onto RGD5 Impact, you've seen his channel, you can do some trading on his Discord. And depending on the ammo, I mean, on average, the ammo goes for about a cap a round. And if you're picking up ammo here, you're probably going to get more ammo than you do caps. Like this guy just dropped 24 10mm. You got these little bastards that got nothing to offer. But you can pick up, if you do these runs, you can pick up thousands of rounds of ammo. So think about that. If you're picking up the ammo while you're doing these rounds, you're getting probably about 2,000 caps per server hop. Maybe less. I haven't done the math, so don't quote me on that. It could be 1,500. But you could almost double it if you just start picking up all of these rounds here. Now, I've never done this in the past because it's called a cap stash run. But if you take those onto the Discords, whether it's Market 76 or you go into a RGD5 Impacts trading, you can average about a cap per round. And different people use different guns. So you're thinking, well, nobody uses the 308. That's not true. People use the 308 all the time. Pick up those rounds, go out into the market and sell it, and you're going to really start to capitalize even more on these runs. So for me, I don't personally have to do these runs very often because I sell ammo. Now, other people, they do the legendary grinds, and I'm sure you're familiar with it. And I'm not saying that's a bad route to go, but so many people are doing it, where you go to White Springs, the golf resort, and just try to farm legendaries. But the reality is, what I've personally seen on these markets is that people only really want the cream of the crop legendaries. So most people aren't really buying the regular legendaries, for example. Bobblehead science. I'm not going to bother with that. That's a full pound I can't be bothered with. Perfect. So that's the Poseidon energy plant. Let's go ahead and do the Riverside run at this point. So if you do the fast traveling here, you're going to spend maybe about a total of 12 or 13 caps in fast travel. But you're just going to be picking up all these cap stashes quite a bit. What I do is I do the Nuka-Cola, I do the Poseidon, then I do the Riverside, and then I log out and log back in and I do the opposite order. That just saves me a few caps and travel expenses. But anyways, as I was saying, a lot of people will do legendary farming. They're trying to... That was fun. They're trying to find really prime legendary weapons or legendary armor in order to sell. Honestly, that's kind of like a lottery system. It's very inconsistent. Versus picking up ammo, you know you're going to pick up ammo. And it's usually pretty straightforward to sell. It doesn't take up a lot of weight in your inventory unless you're getting thousands and thousands of it. But even if you do got 1,000 rounds of something, eventually somebody on those Discords is going to say, looking to buy 1,000 rounds of 10mm. I don't usually bother with some of the heavier ammo, like the 44mm grenades, just because they take up a lot more space. And I don't see people looking to buy them, for example. Probably because they're so heavy. 10mm rounds, 38s, 308s, 44s, 45s, 5.56. Everybody's looking to buy it. And if you're running these runs anyways, it's like literally laying right there on the ground. I mean, you could go to the ammo plant up on the northeast side of there, but basically you got to defend it. You got to wait for it to grow. This way you're just kind of being multi-productive, and I'm all about maximizing efficiency. So I never showed that on the prior videos just because, again, it's a cap stash run. You don't want to see me going around picking up ammo. But if you're in it for the money, which it's a cap stash, of course you are, go pick up those ammos, man. Not to mention that I know a lot of people haven't even heard of Market 76, or they just haven't been trading on those different Discord sites. And honestly, it's a game changer. So if you're playing this game and you're not involved with Discord, whether it's for trading or looking for groups... Oh, see, that's the problem with my shotgun. If I do a point blank, I basically just murder myself. That was stupid. This is what happens when I don't edit videos. You'll have the opportunity to watch me do stupid stuff a lot. Is it worth me going back for my junk? I'm going to go back for my junk. I don't think I even had any junk. But I'm going to go back for what I did have. But if you're not involved with those Discords, basically it's a real game changer. I mean, this game is... pick up my beer bottle. You can't leave a beer bottle behind. That's called littering. This game is very hard to kind of connect with people, in my opinion. And I know I'm not the only one that has that opinion. All you have to do is watch YouTube and people will share their opinion with you. This is new. So there's a maze here. This has never been here before. I've done this run 100 times, and that's totally new. This isn't something a player put in, right? Okay, so here's an interesting update on the patch. A little maze. It doesn't look like it does anything, but okay, cool. So this is brought to you by the... Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm at the wrong building. Disregard. I haven't ran past that because I never found any caps there. All right, so... I figure a lot of people want to call me an idiot anyways in the comments. I might as well give them a solid reason for doing it. I'm not saying that they're wrong. Maybe a little rude and hurtful, but they're not wrong. Aha. Okay, now we're back on track, ladies and gentlemen. Back to cap stashes. But those Discord communities can really improve the quality of the game. Finding groups to kill the queen with, for example. Getting connections because you start trading with people and they'll end up in your friends list and things along them lines. It's important to have a big friends list. A lot of people want to say that like server hopping has been patched, for example, which it has not. But let's just say that the day does come where they do patch the server hopping. All you got to do is have a big friends list, and I can join anyone that's currently online, and that's just a manual server hop. That only works if you got a big friends list, but trading on Discord will definitely open up that friends list for you. And it's also going to get you the ability to find people to group up with, kill higher level enemies, and get awesome weapons like this. Speaking of which, let me switch back to my lever action, because I've never killed myself with the lever action. All in all, so far for this run, as far as the patch goes, I mean, it really doesn't seem like we're affected. I'm not pulling too many caps on the riverside, so they might have patched the riverside, but we're not going to know until I log off and log back in again. It just looks like somebody's already come through here, which is fine. That's why I post the videos. Oh, I have no power. Alright, so let's show why those action points stack back up here. I keep my two different chest pieces in my inventory. I know it weighs a lot, but that's fine. But I like to keep the coiled, the Tesla coil chest piece on it most of the times, just because it kills enemies as they get up on me. Okay. And then the jetpack just kind of comes in handy sometimes. So for the most part, I just keep the Tesla coil on. So for the Riverside run, I haven't found too many cap stashes. I think I only pulled one cap stash off of that. So they might have patched this one. Let's go ahead and do ourselves a server hop. I didn't have to go to the main menu. I could have just joined somebody else. That would have made a lot more sense. But there is an advantage to having load screens. All right. It's an opportunity to stay hydrated. Oh, yeah. I'm trying to hurry up so you guys don't have to watch me there. Okay, there we go. Try to hide the brand of my hydration system because I don't know what the copyright laws on that are. That's a lot of head. But who doesn't like a lot of head, right? Okay, that cap stash ain't there either. Who knows? They might have actually patched up the Riverside run a bit. I'm hoping not, but if so. That little beep you heard was actually Discord. I keep another computer over there for Discord. That one's not there either. This guy's always got shotgun ammo, so I like to shoot him. But yeah, as far as the Riverside run, it's not looking too promising. I might grind this one a little bit more here. Okay, we got one here. There it goes. So they might have reduced the amount of spawn points at the Riverside run. I'll keep going through to the rest of the locations and see how they look. And maybe at the end of this video, I'll just do a couple of grinds to see what I come up with. That's not there either. Now, I often see a house here. It seems to be like a good place to build a house. I think there's water nearby. I don't know if he can get it. But I think there's also a place where you can get copper in this area, too. If you got the ability to farm copper. There's got to be something going on there. I see a house there almost every time. Okay, so I do hear this one. Alright, so there's just a couple that are questionable at this point, whether or not they are or not spawning. But for the most part, it looks like most of them are spawning. So I think the cap stash runs are still pretty safe. I need to find some more locations. Ever since the December 4th patch, they really kind of took away several of the locations to do this. But at this point, with the economy, the big game's been out for like what? It's almost been 2 months now, not quite 2 months. The economy's really developed in it, and it's made it to where these cap stash runs are really great for getting started, but they're not necessary for the long-term, high-level player. So taking the cap stashes out, I don't think are going to have any real major impact on the in-game economy anymore. If anything, I think the fact that they were there and the fact that we created these cap stash runs, I think it really stimulated the economy to get started in the first place. To be honest with you. Now, several people will totally disagree with me because, well, that's what people do. That's fine. They're allowed to disagree. But prior to these cap stash runs, when we were all fresh out the vault, getting caps was borderline ridiculous. All right. So the Riverside run didn't seem to be all that profitable on either server for me in this case. And that could solely be because somebody else has already ran it. That's always a good possibility. In fact, it's the probability. But they may have just removed some of them. I doubt they did, though. And the reason why I say that is because there's no patch notes on it or anything. So yeah, if you guys want to make more money while you're doing these runs, the patch is still, or the run's still working, just come and grab up all this ammo. I'll buy it off of you. Personally, I don't want to spend my time farming ammo. And so I go to, I'll either go to RGD5 Impact's Discord and offer to buy ammo. Or I'll go to Market 76. And there's more Discords out there, so if you are interested in doing that, I mean, find some more Discords. There's several people that got their own Discords with their own trade system going on there. And the more that you join, the more likely that you'll be able to sell the ammo. But ammo is one of the things that just kind of sell off quickly. Versus trying to farm those legacy or legendaries and trying to sell those to specific buyers. Everybody needs ammo, but not everybody is looking for trapper armor, for example. So I personally find ammo is just easier to get and easier to sell. And at $1 a round, it's pretty profitable. I mean, it adds up really quick. Not all ammo is going to be $1 a round, but that's just the average. Shotgun shells are usually going to sell for a little bit higher. And of course, if you don't want to do these runs, you can still sell ammo by crafting it as well. Not my preferred method. God, I love this explosive round stuff. You got to be careful. Don't shoot it point blank, but you don't have to hit them either. I'll aim at their feet a lot of the time when they're close. See, that guy knows death when he sees it. Let's just shoot. There we go. I think it was going through the floor. I'll just shoot at their feet a lot of the time if they're really close. That way I don't blow myself up. Plus, it's really fun when you watch their leg just get shredded off their body. But it seems like we got the cap stashes. So if you guys were solely watching the video for that, then we're good to go. Because that's all I really had to talk about. Make sure you go to those social sites. Also, one of the things that I'm going to be doing, if you guys are still watching at this point, is I want to put together a video series of different people's bases. So if you guys are on PC and you got some really awesome bases and you want to show those off, or I should say camps, let me know in the comments. I'd like to come and take a look at it and see what kind of base you guys have. And maybe do a YouTube video on your bases and kind of get an idea to inspire other people to get a little more creative. I myself could use the creativity. If you guys see my camp is very unimaginative and straightforward, very bland, boring. So whether you made a camp that's like just really cool looking or highly functional, let me know in the comments. We'll come check it out and see if we can do a Fallout 76 crib series to kind of inspire people on new ways to camp. You can be famous. So all of this seems kind of time-consuming. I don't know how long we've been recording at this point, but I mean, if I had a more profitable river run, it would have been a more impressive video. But I wanted to keep this video a little more real because this is these are the kind of runs that you're going to be experiencing. A lot of the times when I do the other runs, I'm the only one doing the runs, so all the cap stashes are always there. But by now, you know that the cap stashes are all first come, first serve. So if you didn't get there first, you're just kind of tough out of luck. But this video is a little more real. So by the time that I go all the way through it and all the way back, it's actually like 6 runs. And so although this video seems time consuming, if I were to just do server hops 6 times for Nuka-Cola, it would have taken me a lot longer to do all of this. So I think back and forth, by the time I'm done with Nuka-Cola here, we might be at 20 minutes. That's an estimate. I guess we'll see when I upload this video, right? But my loading screen when I log out and load back in is usually about 2 minutes. And so if you think about doing 6 times at one location, like the Nuka-Cola plant, I think is the most popular. That's 2 minutes times 6, so that's 12 minutes alone of just load screen time. That really adds up, man. I mean, it gives you a lot of opportunity to stay hydrated. That's always a plus. Ah, my head's gone, man. That's a shame. Nobody likes when the head is gone. I still got the jetpack already equipped. I never took it off. All right. To infinity and beyond. There we go. And it's not up there either. So these things are still spawning, but this particular server was just kind of an unprofitable run. I say unprofitable, but it's still just caps, honestly. So if you need them, there they are. Again, so if, pick up that ammo, and you won't have a bad run, even if the cap stashes aren't there. You're still going to find money, and it's not hard to sell ammo at all. I love when their legs just get blown off like that. See, but now I don't have my Tesla coil chest piece equipped. God, I suck at lock picking. Otherwise, these guys would have been dead already. Ah, get off me. No means no. If you don't have an explosive weapon, you need to get an explosive weapon. Because they're just badass. Which is just another reason to go on to those Discord sites. Because people are always selling and trading weapons. Although if you are going there hoping to get a 2-shot explosive, I wish you the best of luck. Because everybody and their great Aunt Susan are on there trying to get 2-shots explosives. But that's it. So it seems like the cap stashes are working. I'm going to pause this video and I'm going to do Riverside one more time just to see if that actually proves a little profitable. But this video has gone on long enough, so I'm not going to make you guys watch me fast travel. So let's just cut. And action. Okay, perfect. So I am back at Riverside again, and I've actually I've tried to do this run a few times before I resume the video. And at this point, I got to be honest, I honestly think they did do a patch on Riverside, or a patch that affected Riverside. I'm not having much luck here at all, and this is actually one of my favorite runs. I've been on about 5 server hops since I paused, and I have not found a cap stash here at all. Which is actually kind of bizarre for that one. Even if other people are doing the runs, a lot of people end up skipping this cap stash because in order to get up here, you either need to have marsupial or a jetpack. You can't just hop up here without those things. So I almost always find that cap stash because a lot of people skip it. And so I'm really thinking they removed some of the cap stashes, despite the fact that I didn't see any mention of it in the patch notes. And there could be mention of it in the patch notes, but I just missed it because, let's face it, I'm not going to read everything. But it seemed to be a short patch. And then this one I have found spawn once out of the 5 times I came. We got 308 that time. And it's not spawning this time. So it kind of seems a little more random as far as the spawn times. As far as Nuka-Cola and Poseidon Energy Plant, they seem relatively unaffected. But let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna put the details of the Riverside run in the description. So if you guys want to run it and kind of tell me what you guys want, maybe I'm just having a series of bad luck. I mean, that happens. Anyone that's done these runs has kind of had a dry spell where you can hop on 4 or 5 servers and only find a couple of cap stashes. I think they patched it because honestly, even though this is my personal favorite of the cap stash runs that are out right now, It's probably the least popular, which is also probably why it's my favorite. So it's weird that I would hop on so many servers and have such poor luck in this area. So hey, I mean, if you guys want to check it out, I mean, hop on. Let us know in the comments, man, if you guys are having any better luck at the Riverside Run. But I feel pretty comfortable saying that this area has definitely been nerfed down by the patch. With that being said, I mean, I appreciate you guys watching. So at least we got some good information out of here. I hope I gave you some more details on how to make more caps. And if you guys find that you're not making any more profit on the Riverside Run, let us know, and we'll just scrap it from the Cap Stash Run. All right, with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you all next time.